Taylor Swift arrested on weapons charges. Charges against Swift: trafficking firearms, possession and distribution of controlled substances, kidnapping, sex trafficking, possession of explosives. A bunch of bullcrap. Guess who did this to her? I love seeing like a story about a celebrity being caught for things like stockpiling weapons, and instead of being like, whoa, it's crazy that a really rich person was stockpiling weapons, and instead being like, no guys, she was framed, to a satirical news outlet, right? Like completely buying into the fake news, and then being like, but actually guys, she was clearly framed. It's just really funny to me. This video brought to you by my YouTube members and patrons. Thank you guys. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be returning to r/AteTheOnion, a subreddit dedicated to people eating that onion, just seeing satirical news posts and just completely believing them at face value. I hope you guys all had a good Christmas or winter celebration, or if you don't celebrate anything like that, I hope you have all had a good week so far. Obviously, my Christmas tree and presents are all still here because I'm recording this before Christmas. That's how pre-recording stuff works. Apologies in advance if you hear any loud noises or roadworks or things going on. Not roadworks, build works. Basically, some build works have started up next door again, and I've tried closing all the doors leading to this room. It hasn't really helped. You can still definitely hear them. Hopefully my denoiser gets rid of it, and with some music you won't know, but apologies in advance. Also, final bit of rambling before we finish. YouTube members and patrons get an extra video every single week for as low as £1 a month. That equates to about 25p per video. So if that is something that interests you, please do consider joining, as it really helps support the channel. Alright, let's get into the subreddit. Enough rambling. Breaking: Zohran Mamdani to require all New York elementary school students to learn Arabic numerals. You know things are bad when you can't tell if this is real or a joke. Dear God, it's real, isn't it? Well, kinda, yeah. First of all, you're responding to a satirical news outlet. Putting that out there, first of all, that's what Laura Loomer here is responding to. Second of all, you would have thought that the amount of times that this has gone around, that either I would be less surprised that this is the response, or people would have picked up on what this actually means, okay? Sadly, both is the case. I'm still surprised that people like Laura Loomer have no fucking clue what this means. The fact that this has gone around this many times for so many different reasons and people still don't know what it means still surprises me. Arabic numerals are the name, right, for our numerical system. You know that way that we have of writing 1 to 10? Those are Arabic numerals. They've been taught in American schools for decades because that's what Arabic numerals are. The fact that she's not only responding to a satirical news outlet like, dear God, it's real, isn't it? When she doesn't even fucking know what that means. It's just, these people, yay! This is the sort of advertising I love. It's not very well targeted because it doesn't need to be. It's not got a link to buy or find out more, or use a promo code 10 in order to merely be able to prove its success. It's not pretentious or ambitious or demanding or smart. It's just based in the reality of the world. It's calm, confident, noticeable, bold. It's what it needs to be. I do wonder why we make everything so complicated. Simple isn't easy, but it's essential. National Pear Council. Just curious, when was the last time you had a pear? That long? How come? So we've got LinkedIn, check. Pretentiousness, check. Overanalyzing an ad, check. That ad being satirical from a satirical site and not actually being a real ad, check. The LinkedIn person claiming to be really smart and knowing all about this subject despite the fact that they are overanalyzing a satirical ad, check. Yep, welcome to LinkedIn. Be glad we don't go to ASU. Volunteer Day hazing rituals. Personal servitude to less fortunate. Running through public parks to pick up trash. Binge feeding shelter animals. Confinement to nursing home for hours. The thing I find funny about this is this guy being like, be glad we don't go to ASU, and then showing a screenshot of a satirical news article that makes ASU look better. Like volunteer day hazing rituals where they get you to do, like, you know, serving the less fortunate and picking up trash in the parks is apparently a bad thing. Like, I don't know, man. But also, it's from The Onion. And my favorite part is the hackers forced to kill time after commandeering nation's airwaves too early. But when you see, you know, a news article like this, and you're not sure if it's satire or not, obviously, first thing you could do is look up the source. So look up Onion and go, oh, Onion is a satirical news outlet. Second of all, you could go, this is under breaking now. This is apparently breaking news. Would this be considered breaking news anywhere? If no, it's probably not real. Breaking. The White House lawyers are reportedly worried Lauren Boebert and Nancy Mace recorded their phone calls with Trump, where he begged, bribed, and threatened, and cried for them to reverse their votes on releasing the Epstein files. This might be the most R-worded post I've seen. President Trump didn't beg, didn't bribe, didn't threaten, and certainly didn't cry. I hope he sues the shit out of you. You people don't give a damn about the Epstein victims. You're using them to attack Trump. Rotten hell, all of you. Actually, I couldn't give a shit that Trump's on the files. I want the files to be released because I want anybody involved and anybody that engaged in them to be in prison. I want all of them to rot in a prison cell where the key has been lost. Anyone who was involved with Epstein should be done so. If Trump is on the Epstein files, then I guess that means that's what he needs to be doing, right? He needs to be in prison if he's on the files, plain and simple. And that goes for anyone that's on the files. I don't give a shit who they are. Anyone on the files deserves to be in prison rotting in hell. And that comes from a British person, right? Members of the royal family here were on those files. And you know what? Those people should be rotting in prison. Also, I think it says a lot about the kind of person that Nancy Mace is, that she would use a slur and then she would censor the word shit. I think that says a lot about her. So this one's funny. Google ate the onion here. So you have Taco Bell and it says subsidiaries El Taco Terrificos, and Taco Bell buys up the El Taco Terrifico franchise chain was from The Spoof, a satirical news outlet. This is why, by the way, when you look stuff up on Google, when you try and find information on Google, it is very important that you don't just believe the Google summarized AI or the Google like cards that it brings up or anything like that. You need to actually find the sources and read them yourself because Google doesn't know, okay? Google thinks that it knows. However, it will use satirical news sites and regular news sites with impunity. So you have to do the research yourself or you are very much just going to find incorrect information. I find this a lot when looking up D&D information. Like you look up how a rule works or how an ability works. Google's AI will just flat out give you wrong information. It'll just give you straight up bullshit. Breaking. Doge halts yearly payment of $2.5 million to Barack Obama for royalties linked to Obamacare. Obama has collected this payment since 2010 for a total of $40 million in taxpayer dollars. Wow! Add Donald Trump to my official gotcha list. This is 100% an Alod headline. Yeah, satirical news headline. Naturally, Donald Trump, completely incapable of seeing the difference. Or actually, I think it's 50-50 here. It's 50-50 Donald Trump is too stupid to realize that something is satire. But it's also 50-50 that Trump just doesn't care. He saw a news article, whether he believed it or not, that painted Obama in a bad light and was like, I should repost this. Because, crazily, the president of the United States does not give a fuck what he posts on his social media, as long as it makes other people look bad. Wow, it's official. It's happening. Turning Point USA is launching the first ever American Patriots Super Bowl halftime show. This is how we win. This is how we take our country back. And the poster is Turning Point USA, Kid Rock, America's halftime show, a bunch of people that I've never heard of, featuring a guest appearance from Measles. As Jack Pozibiec stated today, the lineup pictured below is not official or confirmed, but the Turning Point halftime show it most certainly is, and judging by the explosive response to my tweet from the deranged lefties, this show is going to be biblical. I'm sure that no lefties were exploding in their responses to this other than saying, dude, you got dunked on. The poster says there's fucking measles there. But also, if you're gonna post something, right, and say, wow, it's official, it's happening, happening? Maybe check that the thing that you're posting is actually official or happening. Maybe just a little bit. Like, that's how he opened the tweet. It's official, it's happening. Then had to follow up a couple hours later going, oh, by the way, guys, it's not official or happening. I just spoke to him and he said no. You can't say that then. It's just misinformation. Also, this is how we win. This is how we take our country back. Who's president again? If Donald Trump is president, who are you taking the country back from? Did I miss something here? Is Donald Trump actually, like, you know, a communist and you're rescuing the country from the communists because Donald Trump is in power? Or is Donald Trump your president that you want to be president? Or is it just grift speak from someone who constantly makes up nonsense for a living? It's probably that, isn't it? Yeah, it's probably that one. What the hell? Norman OK, funeral home employee cremated by mistake while taking a nap. I mean, it's a funny title to start off with, but also the website's name is right there, dude. It's called Satire News Daily, okay? It's not subtle. It's not hiding it. It's not even like you have to go to the website to see that. It's right there in the link that this person posted. Oh, God, we're doomed. We're fucking doomed. We're just doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. Speaking of doomed, during Charlie XCX and George Daniel's wedding in Italy, according to The Onion, they allegedly surprised guests by cutting a pile of cocaine as part of a ritual using a credit card amid laughter and cheers. One guest remarked, "They seemed happy. It was beautiful." The scene, described as surreal, reportedly included jokes, photos, and even gestures with the powder. Additionally, there's a photograph showing a tray of cigarettes offered with personalized matches. It is speculated that Charlie XCX has included drugs and personalized cigarettes in her wedding. First of all, it's funny that this was probably unintentionally true. Like, they probably weren't wrong. But second of all, the fact that they cited the fucking Onion. And not only did they cite the Onion, but they even stated, according to the Onion. This is why we shouldn't replace journalism with AI, right? Because I guarantee this was probably a post written by AI and not a human being. If it was written by a human being, what the fuck are you doing? The Onion is a satirical news outlet. I feel like if you write journalism or articles for a website, you should be obligated to be aware of the most popular satirical news sites, right? Like The Onion and the Babylon Bee. You should have to know what they are. The fact that either the AI or the person writing this didn't know that is embarrassing, and it makes your account look bad. But citing, according to The Onion, is the fucking funniest thing, dude. You can't just do that. You can't just be like, according to The Onion. Yeah, a lot of things are according to The Onion. They're not real. Oh, that's so stupid, dude. That is where I'm going to end the video for everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. If you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click on that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. A huge, massive special thank you to all of the wonderful YouTube members and patrons that do support the channel though. All of your names are up on screen right now. It genuinely helps so much, and it genuinely means so much. So thank you to everybody that does. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.